Hello and welcome. Today we are going to be discussing the 8 keys to Harmonious Union by Jeff and Shalia. Now this is in their book, but I wanted to elaborate a little bit on it. So the first key we're going to be talking about is honesty. If you don't have honesty, you don't have a relationship even with yourself. So it's very important to get clear on how you feel and to move forward. With that, I will say honesty sometimes can be a little bit challenging because you're going to get more and more honest as you heal on your journey. Because when you learn to feel your feelings, when you work through those feelings, you're going to have new awareness and new honesty and new integrity with yourself. So part of it is not just kind of pushing through life and following your what I would consider your subconscious patterns, the things that you've always done to get you to this place in your life. While everything is a stepping stone, there comes a point in our journey where healing really is required in order to continue. Whether you've come to this journey with lots of spiritual experience or whether you're brand new without a foundation, right? That's kind of where I was. I didn't have a foundation with spirituality, although I certainly studied Christianity and some books on Buddhism and different things. I didn't have a real strong foundation with God, source, universe, whatever you call it. I was very much in a lot of upsets. And so I had to learn to be honest about that I was actually having upsets with my life, that things didn't feel peaceful, that I was constantly overworking, that even though I was working to my full capacity, I didn't have the financial resources to live independently. At the time I was living with a roommate, and it just wasn't as compassionate as it could be. Right? So part of it is really being honest about things. And one of my patterns was just overworking to the point that I couldn't really be honest with myself because I had a lot of, my time was really taken up. I remember when I started on my healing journey and I had a little extra time for myself on the weekends, I didn't know what to do with myself. It was very, very uncomfortable. And so I kept that pattern going of overworking so that I didn't have to feel my feelings, so that I didn't have to be with myself. Of course, that was not the intention. That's not what I believed to be true when I was, working my tail off. So it's really important to realize that sometimes it's difficult to be honest with yourself when you're just really leaking your energy and giving and giving and giving and giving. That's a sign that you need to slow down, feel your feelings, and work through some of the upset. So feel free to ask questions and email me. This is an important step because if you aren't honest with yourself, how can you be honest with anybody else, right? In your life, it's really, really important to get clear. For me, I do that with my coach consistently every week for the last, May of 2020, almost 5 years. So, or 4 years, almost 5 years. So making sure that I'm consistently going into my feelings, going into my heart and getting clear with how I feel. Because sometimes we get really numb and tune things out and just ignore kind of those red flags in our life, thinking that they'll just get better if we keep pushing through. But it's almost like if you've seen a bee, right? A bee kind of knocking on a window, right? It can feel the sun is there. It's like it can feel the warmth and the abundance of the sun, but it can't see that there's a glass, which is a block there. Well, that's how we have blocks sometimes, is that we don't see that there's actually a block in between you and abundance, or you and your divine partner. And so it's really important to get clear and honest with how you feel about the blocks that are there. Like, where are you feeling bad? Because we're taught sometimes not to feel bad. We're taught that just suck it up and keep going, right? Just push through. But that actually doesn't, I would imagine you're watching this because that may not be working for you right now. And so it's important to slow down, get clear so that you can actually heal what life is showing you. Okay, so that's step one, is being honest with yourself. That's so, so, so important. Okay, all right, thank you, everyone. And the next one we'll be talking about very shortly. So thank you, everyone, for watching. And the next key to harmonious union will be coming to you soon.